Welcome to Africulture with yours truly, Larva Makafui, aka Nicole, with my special guest, Togbi Ngoyifia of Aflawu, Gakli Grand Lomé, where we discuss Africulture. It is all about Africulture. Let's get it started. Welcome to Africulture, guys. I welcome you guys for being here with us this Sunday afternoon. Happy Sunday to everybody. Thank you. Miato akpena mi kakabe mi va kamekudomi wetroya dakpena mi afisi afike mi lea afisi afike mi lea dakpena mi akpotalo mledo ndina mi wetrona mi ndona mi amesiame. Merci beaucoup. Salut tout le monde. Merci. Thank you for being here. Before we start, I just wanna, I wanna say thank you. I want to glorify the Lord. I want to thank God for bringing us here again today. And I want to make sure that I submit every part of this show into his hands, because right now we are going through some technical issues, and we need him to intervene and take control. So we submit everything part of this, yours, the viewers and everybody, every topic, everything that we're going to say today, we submit the whole show into his hands. And I just want to also to let everybody who is through the hurricane, the storm, I just want to tornadoes, everything that is going on. It's a lot going on in the US right now. A lot of tornado pass through us and pass through a lot of people. So a lot of people are out of water, out of, place to sleep, out of even their cars. A lot of people are missing right now. So I just want to say that we're on prayer with you guys, everybody who's going through this, whether in this country, wherever you are going through all these difficult times. Let us all just keep them in our prayers. Those of you who are going through right now, we are praying with you. We are praying for you. We are keeping you in your prayers. So all of us who have light, who have food on our table, who have our family, let us keep everybody going through all these storm disasters. Let's keep them in our prayers. So thank you very much. Today, welcome back to Africulture. Today, I wanted to finish the month of September, as we wanted to talk about Ceana. I wanted to finish the month by talking about Ceana projects. Because we are talking about Ceana, and again, we know that the reason why we started all of this, not just to come and showcase our cultures, not just to come and and eat our food, not just to dance and come and dance and show off our outfits, but it is to raise money for much needed projects in Africa. And I wanted to bring the Ceana coordinator, project coordinator, so that he can come and discuss a little bit some of the project and how we go about having these project, completing these project with us today. So today, I know a lot of people have meetings, a lot of people have a lot of things going on, but I can't just take a break. I cannot just say there's no show. The show must go on. We are breathing today, so the show must go on. So those of you who are able to join, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Miata mbe mdakpena mesiame. Fike mile ya igbe surtout. Wiki semaine ya mea jija nous subon amo le présentement om do ahwe waba home esi plo waba hwe nous subon le joro miata me subon be enia communauté mi. Donc anke be mi adogbera mi ameko mi do si mi do ndudu mi abe fami o mi dogbera na meko poto ole situation ya mi adogbera ma mesi ametalo, parce que nous Atlanta, même Atlanta ntochan ame sugbon le présentement a home le wasio wabe fami on tochan o abe fami do le on popo o mi ano lagbe alom lagbe o. Donc mbe mi adogbera ra mesi ametalo voam dak pena misia me bena mi vaka me kudomi egbe ambe ma pon pokudo mbe mi a discuter Ceana be projet o mi nya be Ceana ni mi va Ceana mi be mi ava du Africa be no alo mi ado mi ava Africa ba wu alo mi apo jijo mi adu we yo raison gan ti ke mi Ceana le do ni be mi a projet o akpero mi a no mi a ba mo la hwe Donc, à Ekbea, combina dernier jour de ce mois de septembre, à Makplo, à Mekenina, projet be coordinateur, à Makplo, va discuter. Si on avait projet au vide, Ekbea. Voir présentement, a mis les deux problèmes techniques présentement, parce que va être Ghana, Ekbe. Donc, connexion, les non, un peu compliqué. Voir mis deux Beda, Benama, on la contrôler. Connexion, allez, que le rami la web là, mila webela ile kevele jaido kwa donc ma plo il faut kosiva il faut kosi ape enu ape expert ma pleva ila onu ya na mi la introduce edo kwenami yem nya gbe kevele jado voix dona gengbe dona vegbe dona français dona anglais la do akota yem nya kevele jado voix ma plo il faut kosiva ne ba introduce mi edo kwenami lo. Thank you guys. I was saying that I'm going to bring Efo Kossi in. So he's my guest, the Ceana project coordinator. He's going to introduce himself to all of us. But before I bring him in, I just want to let you guys know that he just made it to Ghana today. And he's in Accra right now. And we are having some technical issues. So if you see him disappear, it is not, he didn't do it on purpose. It's the connection. So he will keep coming back. He will keep doing this. If he disappears, we're going to carry on. We're going to make it work. So guys, thank you very much for being here. Thank you for standing here. Thank you for coming. I know a lot of people have a lot going on today, but I thank you guys for joining. So I'm going to bring Efo Kossi. I kept calling him Efo Kossi. Efo Kossi in so he can introduce himself. Let's try and make sure that it's working. Efo Kossi, can you hear me? I warn you guys, this is what's been happening. It's going back and forth. So that is our technical issues, guys. This is the connection, Ghana connection, guys. Togo connection, African connection. That's what happens. It is Sunday afternoon. See, he is going in and out. So what I'm going to do, guys, I am going to play, I'm going to show you guys some of the project. I'm going to play a video for you while we try this. So that, let me try again and see if he's back. I'm going to try and bring him in and see if he's back. If he's not back, I'm going to play some of the videos for the project that we have already completed, as Ceana completed. I'm going to play the video for you so that, we can come back and see. So they're working on his connection right now. So let me just go and play the video. So stay safe, guys. Stay there and just watch the project videos. By the time the video ends, I'm sure we'll be connected. So keep your fingers and toes crossed and keep praying for us. I'll be right back.
Titi audo alobe amadeke macho miasi fiamedeu ayela jojo machinua de odo agbe vai fonu nui chogbona va apai yela nyata pamea amadeke macho jro nigbaji acho wo ejocho po le susu yata pa fijiji o le yefublochi du kovovo ma ba fieton le North America ko e daja shibe na wo lale a ahia ba ye wo anya ko apo apogbo pa nigbaji afi ye wo cho ba yo ajegbagba atomoshiamoji adzra nigbaji do to ngo ito fufufu wo mo cho anunyu yo fom yo le gaji am ke wo danglehu hakwe ba la katutu ye wa we amadeka pilo matanchochoga awe ava hia ba yo ado habobo kafi atan awe ala ba chichiogbo na ba alodeka Mala tojo ayata o ado habobo tohe yo dan koda jibe the Council of Airways Association of North America nye Ceana I opatado jinu ye kwenye ba yo ado bodu koda ngo to opa hia o de dam aba suku ho tutu da duyo hia suku ho mo da yo ho tutu da tafa yo ka hia do yo ho nene make Echinono nui de yo kata ahia chinono ma. Gakpedengwa yo adolo sukuvi yo tagboda damna o gake kpedeng toma lo shua be wateng ayinko lo pe agbalasronya wo ma. Ke le hayo kata ma o ejegbagba hegede epanigba pe duko vovo kple edu vovo ma hedejeshi nu yo kata ekenye kuhio yo atang adada la jumawma yo jawunchi dowo ke ayo nyebe opa jijive vie nyebe apa fitiji kata alo amashami ala fani gbaji kwa watang adda suku jijama toita wo atu suku khode ta fa vovovo ba wo agada soeva la amuganu tuama ha atu suku kho de afima enama ke wo gagada tanigbe yo tu suku kho nye class 1 to 6 suku kho adoduya de afima oga dezo hegede bui la amuganu tuama otu suku kho padeka hoto ikenye 3 classroom facility building the AME Science School ama cho afima wo adezo gede togo zukoma alebe funo pa doyo pa ikele alokwegbe la togo zukoma ogugbo atro shinchi le nonomo tohiareme ha anyona sasa ena makio gagade amuzukopa le togo muake ga troshi doyopa tohi ade ikele nenenpa aduya mahamchi adoji mato bawa atang anyo anochache ba doyolo natang abako doyoyo blibole kama pada afimao ega jegbagba aple koji do nu fofofo yo kanya nu hia yo ka donoji pola zana kokko yona dola doyo powa fofofo ipa gbososo malo pa home enye dollar akpabla afeson na chito awudoma community clinic alo chito doyopua kele hikama godofia agbanku bubu mo sasa ije nui la chia chi fiata Ceana adaja sheba ahia fa fieba afani gba ha hatam akpoku mo la agbanku bubu mo sasa ma la susu yata wo atu agbanku bubu mo dang sropa ikanya computer laboratory tohe ade de lolobi la amuganu tuama gawu ha wo agada agodwe yo kpeda jashiba anyanu blanyunya ba agodwe zua amorke malawunchiu de ofuachi abatomalana hafia tapashata paike wo ajiba yo ayi la susumata ahia ba yo awo agbasasra tohe na obe watang azoji ka afa yike o maga afuchi hafi aita pasha paike wo ayi now la susumata wo ajegbagba eva wo agbasasra kenya afọ gbasasra lo alo footbridge toke adena agodwe zuo ikele egben keke ya ma agodwe zuo magachi funchu afọmọ bukeka fa afiko yo ka bonwa o bridge alo agbasasra toke jizon ka va imre tapasha tapaike o ajiba yo ayi Ceana fa gbagba jeje oga ajim alabe wo afudugede aduto ye wo tu no civil no fa inya podeka hona son alo ayavo yo neba 4 bedroom self-contained na no civil la aduto plus sube nanya bo da no civil kovia o maga globa tafa maliyo ano iko waga troju e ata otu tafa toke na ba na ova kwa wa ano fima plus sube doyo nya na tam achofo la ntuama aga iji aga tu suku ho inya hode ka hoton so de dawu hekpede suku tato ponofo alo headmaster's office muchi le togoma ka ayo nya anwonya wodoba yo awotegbe ta ogalachi ga awon kokoko alaba ay mekami no pomfia Ceana aje sukuho tohe kenye 3 classroom STEM facility tutu de peki jake la amganu tuoma ay majichigewa anwuga fia yiwazu no tohe na suku vioba watan anofima akpogoma la nusosro blibo mu nukpalaw aya nya Ceana fa gbagba cheche ngoido yo kata wo mulele afani gbajia fa adaw alabe ogalachi agawom pauna dolo bawayi ajida.
So guys, these are some of the projects, some of the projects that have already been completed so far. So now I think if for Kossi, can you hear me now? For Kossi, can you hear me?
I don't quite.
Okay. So, okay, let me do you. Can you?
Okay, you're starting to come.
Okay. So if Kossi, if you can hear me, I think you are frozen. If you can hear me, can you introduce yourself to everybody if it's possible?
I am so sorry. Could you repeat the question?
Introduction, introduce yourself to everybody.
Okay. I will say good afternoon to all your viewers. My name is Kossi Nutekpor. I am Ceana's project coordinator, and I have been at this job a little over 10 years. I recently retired from from my job in the US and returned home to retire, which fortunately doesn't mean I retire from the Ceana coordinator position. I will continue to do that until I am basically not needed.
Okay. So if Kossi, you said that you retired, happily retired to, if I may say so. You happily retired and you just turned to Ghana. You just made it today, correct?
Unfortunately, I did
Can you
not
hear me?
get did not get the question.
Okay, I'm saying you are in Accra right now, correct? Efokosi? Okay. We are, guys. We have to do this.
Okay,
Okay,
you're
can you hear
coming in.
me? Ah, woo, we lost him again. So, guys, we are going to try to do this again, but I think I'm just gonna carry this on. When he comes in, we can try it again, but just so that we don't waste too much time. um I really wanted us to talk to a Focosi and find out about the things that goes through before Ceana project. What goes through Ceana project, what are the most misconception about Ceana project and all of that, and how the project are selected, and where how we get to choose, and how do we determine which country, if it's Ghana, if it's Togo, how do we select these projects? So I just thought that it was really important for us to have this conversation. But unfortunately, he just made it to Ghana, and the connection is not good. And he had meeting yesterday was perfect, but today it is not the case. If you live in Africa right now, that the connection, they just keep cutting power, and the connection is terrible. So I'm going to do this one more time. If it doesn't work, then I'm just going to share the project with you, so that hopefully we can bring a Focosi back later. So let me bring him in and see if he can hear us this time. Focosi, can you hear me this time?
Unfortunately, I cannot hear you.
Okay, Focosi, just talk to us about the project. Talk to us about the project, Ceana project. Talk to us about what you like about your position. You've been doing this for 10 years. What do you like about being a Ceana project coordinator?
Are you able to hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Okay. All right. Okay, guys, there are a lot of projects that are being completed. And there's one of the projects that I just feel this is one of the projects that it really gets to me, right? It got me when I first saw this, and you saw it in the video, but I want to play. I'm gonna bring it back. I kind of edit it for you guys to watch this. Out of all the Ceana projects that they have done, they built schools. Let me see as I'm speaking. Let me see if I can share this. They built schools. Efokosi, Efokosi, can you hear me?
I can faintly hear you.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You can just go ahead and tell us about what you like about being the Ceana project coordinator. Uh, what do you like about it? And can you hear me?
There we go. Okay, go ahead now. I will probably hear you now.
I say, for Kossi, you've been doing this for 10 years now, you said. What do you like about being a
Yes.
project coordinator? Tell us a little bit about what is being a project coordinator entails.
Hmm. I I did not hear the entire question. So if I can try to guess what your question was,
Mm-hmm.
um, I you were asking if I have done this for 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
What has been my job description
Right.
or responsibility?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yes. So I basically started this job uh, back in 2013. And our very first project was in Tanyigbe, very close to Ho in the Volta region. We constructed a 3-classroom block and an office. That was the very first project that I was involved in. At that point, I wasn't yet the coordinator. I was part of the Ceana project committee. We undertook that project with some difficulty, but in the end, we had a beautiful project completed. So in terms of my responsibility, it started in 2015 with a project in Keta Vui. It was a 6-classroom block. And at that point, I had moved to Ghana just like I did now. And I led, I was responsible for getting the workers, for getting the estimates, for making sure the community did their part. In other words, they contributed their part. The projects are a responsibility or partnership between Ceana and the community. So part of my job is to make sure the community plays its role. And I then supervise the project from beginning to finish, and then until we go to inaugurate it and hand it back to the community and the government officials, if that's what, or the public officials, if that's what it involves.
Okay.
I can tell you that when we started in 2015 at the Keta Vui project, Ceana did not have a lot of money. So we only had about $20,000 to construct each project. The particular one we did in Vui, Keta Vui, we did it with about $28,000 because it was a 6-classroom block. It was very interesting. The school was a very large school. There were classrooms that had 200 people, if you can believe it.
Wow.
And so the construction of the 6th classroom by Ceana was going to be a very important thing, make a very important difference to the community. And so when we were completed, when we were done and inaugurated it, all the classrooms were spread out, and it really brought a lot of relief to the students. In addition to the 6th classroom block, we also constructed a teachers' lounge where the teachers assembled and were able to, chill out a little bit before their lessons began. It was also a very welcome addition. I guess I will pause for a second and see if you heard everything I said.
Yes, we heard everything you said. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Frozen, which means
Okay. All right.
you're
So
I'm not hearing me.
for Kofi, you still can't hear me. I kept saying Kofi. Okay, guys. So we are having this terrible technical issue. Like I said, it kept freezing back and forth. But if Okosi has done so much, he prepared to be here, but again, he is not under his control. He cannot control what's going on right now. Is the connection problem. But as he told you guys about all these projects that they have completed, my questions were going to be how many projects he has already completed, how do we choose projects? These are questions, but because he's using his phone, he can't read the he can't read the messages as he's speaking, but he does have all these questions to answer. But while because he's going through all these difficulties, I don't want to keep coming back and forth, but I do want to share one of the projects, because again, the reason why we are doing this, Ceana, we go to Ceana, and Ceana is formed is to help the airway lands, right? So, and with the the fundraising that we do at Ceana, fundraising that we do at individual associations, it is to really truly help make others' life better back home. And I can tell you this, one of the projects that you may have already seen this. I'm gonna replay this video for you, and you just think about it. If you're watching me right now, think about you live in the UK, you live in the US, you live in abroad, and think about your children going to school. Some of us, we have our children, even to wake up on time, we fight with them to wake up on time and go to school. Some of them they just gonna wake up and get dressed and eat breakfast and then go stand at the bus stop. They still come in late, they still struggle, they still complain about it. So think about where you are right now. You are living, your children have a yellow bus taking them to school. Sometimes you'd be a chauffeur. Actually, you are being a chauffeur, you taking them, dropping them off, but they still have attitude. You know what I mean? They're still complaining, they're still messing up at school, they're still doing all of this. And sometimes we like, if you only knew, if you only knew what a how much it took us, what we have to go through just to go to school. Our children today, they don't understand. Our children today, they don't see it. Our children do not understand. So some of you who have children, you live in abroad, even if you live in Ghana or Togo, and you have your children are privileged enough, to walk on a dry land to go to school, or have a school bus, or have a chauffeur pick them up and drop them off. This is one of the projects that really, it really got me at that time. I literally was taking this video, going door to door and asking for donation when we started to do this project. I was going door to door showing people this, going to businesses, showing people the video. Just look at this. Just look at this. This is how much is taken for children. This is how much for them to go to school. So while we are here trying to see if Kossi can come back, I'm going to play this for you, so that you guys can watch this. And it's a project that it just makes sense. So I want you to know that what Ceana does, I know we can't do everything. We're not doing enough. You're going to say that we're not doing enough. It's not enough, but a little bit, it really helps. And this video that I'm about to play, you've seen pieces of it, but I just want you to watch this again, to see what I am talking about. So what is happening? We have these people, as you see in the video, they are, trying to find, schools. They have schools. Sometimes the school is not, is not close. Sometimes they have everything is there, but they have no way, of reaching it. The opportunity is there. The teachers. Sometimes we have teachers. We don't have classes. We don't have students. Sometimes there are students. There are no there are no, places to sit. They don't have anywhere to go, but they are really determined to go to school. They are determined, to go to school. And sometimes, when I go to school, when I go back home and I see people, walking miles and miles and miles, children to go to school and come back. It's amazing. And I remember doing that. I had to walk miles and miles and miles to go to school. And we did that without complaining because we thought, well, it was normal life, right? So I just want you to watch this. If you want you to watch the journey, how much it takes and what these children have to go through just to have a little bit of education, how determined these children, children are. So I want you to watch this, and I'll be back with you.
18-year-old Mawenyokpodo has a dream of joining Ghana's military in future, and that dream starts here each day. However, that dream will not be realized easily. Podo and his siblings, like many other children in Agodwe, have to swim their way through this river in a quest for education at Chabanya, one of the nearest communities. They put their uniforms and books in basins and hold the basins while swimming across the river. Podo tells me although it is more dangerous, especially during rainy seasons, they have no choice but to bravely navigate the waters to school. But that is just one hurdle. Another barrier is walking for more than 7 kilometers to get to their school. Those that are lucky enough to meet the canoe provided by the district assembly some years ago cross the river using the canoe. The canoe is sometimes taken away by some fisher folks in the town, forcing children that cannot swim to use another deadly means of getting to the other side of the river. They hop and walk on the logs and big branches of trees along the banks to cross to the other side, and this requires a lot of experience. The other closest town to Agodwe is Tove, where some other pupils also attend school. The situation does not get any better for those that attend the Tove Basic School. They have to walk for about 1 hour 30 minutes, as well as cross 2 different rivers before getting to school. The time these pupils have to spend each morning traveling to school consumes much of the time they need to be in the classroom. They therefore end up studying for just a few hours. The pupils we met on our way narrated their ordeals to the news team, saying that they get stressed out before getting to school, and that negatively impacts their academic performance.
The road is not good. Every day we hold your bag and shoes before go to school. Every morning we swim before go to school.
Said the assembly cannot readily provide any form of rapid assistance, such as constructing bridges to aid in the crossing of the rivers to the nearest towns, because the assembly is broke. The children's right to education without any stress or impediment now hinges on the assistance of a non-governmental organization that had promised to help construct footbridges. According to UNICEF, while there has been considerable progress in improving school enrollment rates in Ghana, increasing completion rates is an unfinished business that must take center stage. A 2015 UNESCO report titled Education for People and Planet states that only 53% of students in Ghana are able to complete junior high school education.
So thank you guys for coming back. I appreciate you being here. That is one of the projects that, I was telling you that I literally just took this video showing people to donate and help. And I can tell you that, we were able to build this bridge. I'm going to share the bridge with you. I think you already seen it in the other video, but I'm going to share it with you anyway, just to see, what had happened. But it is just amazing that we are here, we are abroad, and we just take how we take things for granted, right? We have our children, sometimes we just trying to get them to go to school, and they are messing up and they don't want to understand. But imagine having to go through all of this just to for education, and by the time they get there, it's late. By the time they get there, it's late, and they have to swim back home, and then continue to do that. And that little boy, that beautiful, handsome boy there, he's still smiling. He's not frustrated. He's not upset. He's still smiling when he's talking to us. So these are one of the projects. These are the reasons why, when we are asking for donation, when we are asking for fundraising, we are saying we are doing fundraising is to help other people. And I know a lot more needs to be done. I get it. But I just want to encourage everybody, all of you guys, you hear from Ceana, I want you guys to be in the know. I want you guys to really consider we are really trying to help, those that are less privileged, those who are struggling, suffering like these children. And that's why I wish that if these children have to suffer this way to go to school, they have to suffer. They are determined to go to school, even if they have to swim. And it is not safe. They have to go through, look at these dirty waters that they are swimming through. These are dirty water they're swimming through. Imagine they're going through all of that just to get a little bit of the education, things that they have to go through. You will think that at the end of the day, they'll have a perfect job. They have a great job, but no, it doesn't happen this way. They want to be like, and the young man was saying that, in order for them to be somebody, they have to get education. If they don't get education, then they can't do anything. And no matter what they have to do, they are doing everything they could. So we had this bridge, built for them, and they are able to they are now can walk on this bridge. They now can cross on the dry land. So it is amazing seeing things like this. And I just wanted to share this, guys, and this with you guys. We're talking about parties, and we're talking about parties, and we're talking about other things that are happening. But I really just wanted us to also think about the good things that we are also doing for that. So I'm gonna just play this as it's going through because I want to stop on one of them, the before and after project, and I want to stop on the bridge one so that you can see. You already seen it, but I want you to look at the bridge that was. Okay, so this is the bridge. So you can see here now the bridge was built for them, and now you can see that was before that you saw. Now they can actually cross the bridge in order to go to school, and hopefully they can get there on time and get as much education as they can. So I just wanted to, as we are having these issues, and that as we are talking about Ceana, about the food and the drinks and the parties and the hotels and the transportation and everything about what is happening at Ceana, I also wanted to make sure that we are focusing on the projects, the changes, the difference that we are making. Not a lot, but in some small ways we are making in the airway land, so that we can continue to support and continue to think about our people back home. So I'm going to try this one more time to bring a Kossi back. I can see him in a green room. So I'm going to try to bring him back and see if now he can hear us. If not, I'm just going to bring this to a close, but I'm going to try so that we can come back and bring him back in next time to hear from him. So I'm going to try this one more time. Kossi, can you hear us now?
I could hear you up to a. I could hear you. I got enough of the question that I could go on.
Okay, so you can go on if you want. You can go on, since the back and forth is messing up. You can go on and tell us as much as you can tell us, and we can go from there.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. You're good. As soon as, okay, guys. Okay, guys, I am not going to keep you. I'm not going to carry on. And I don't want to speak for Kossi. I want him to come back and speak to you about this because I am not the expert. He is the expert. I'm going to bring him back so we can have this conversation another time. Even if it's in Ghana, next time we do this, we probably have to do it in a studio. It's because, again, yesterday he thought everything was perfect. He thought everything would work today, but it didn't. So we can't control the internet in Africa, guys. We can't control the internet. It's just the way it is. And we just have to accept it. So I want to say thank you guys for hanging in there. Nyato, mine pobina, il faut qu'aussi be connexion à mle munyo. Connexion à ele Ghana présentement, donc à connexion à munyo. Donc nous kem so fiom mi wan si ana be projet o ke o ova ya. Mianto mi po de vio le Ghana me e wan amole o de vio le pussy kem gbola school. Agba pussy atrogbo. Yo ton enu ano yo ten le zuanji fifi o to school hall e de o le Togo e de o le Ghana munyabe tele work poto mi ma ten work poto voa o le wo de tete so le pero de vionti donc ambena ne mi so Ceana mi le pompo so ndudunti mi le pompo so hotel e hadudu music ku de tonware bena mi do la butame mi do la pompo so projet on ton chanti parce que projet anti Ceana ledo mi a projet a so pero mi ato la hoe de vio la hoe le copy me surtout copy me ameko le doya le pussy kem gwa le school e home le wasio chichom lo enu a afokpa tete mu le wasio ware enu keye mi dollar Ceana wona e wan donc am ke jibe mi apon poso enu an chanti parce que le plus important so ou mi abe we dudu kudo azan dudua parce que ele veverenti en kebe mi a discuter yaro voa mi aso pata so do Yehowa ben come Yehowa mjibe na nu aba ile kebe la yido wa ye ya voa mi nyabe na prochainement ma trop plo e faut qu'on s'y va ne mi a conversation ya ne ba expliquer projet ale ke projet ayinado et nous que les que mi on a kaka choisi na ne mi la choisi projet ale Ghana lo Togo a le que e ni a procédure poto yina do ami a pon poku do e nya sugbon lem le jabie nya sugbon lem le jabie parce que même to cham ne mi wo e projet ora endo ponato parce que school do lo to school voa chichom lo donc nya sugbon lem do la ke bien voa kombe connexion am lo anyi jibe mi a continuer la no ya no gbo no yina no gbo donc a mi la programmer jour boire mi la plo il faut qu'on s'y va ne mi a expliquer ne ba expliquer no na mi ne mi a tembie question bon dak pe na mi be mi le kame kodom dak pe na mi abe gbe am le difficile m le facile voa mi no kame kodom donc an dak pe na mi mi so mi a mi aso na me kpotio mi gbona me kpotio wa chan wa joindre mi ne wa kpo mi ten kpo nyabe mi mpompo sugbon voa au moins mi la kpo nu kinti mi dira ke pompo do mi do contrôle mi mainten contrôle internet donc ni mainten wonde pepe donc an dak pe na mi be mi le kame prochainement dimanche prochain a ni ku togbi mi le java mi la discuter mariage traditionnel a meta biobio Togbi lava ane enia dimanche prochain le mao ben komea ne togbi va mi la discuter mariage tradition allo ameta bio traditionnellement mi la le kebe le vevere doa ameko wone omba o la wevo la gblea o man continue kudo nous on pata mi la discuter dimanche prochain donc ande kukuna mi invité mais si ameke mi la invité dimanche ne mi le Togo mi le Ghana mi le Africa c'est 20h ne mi le USA c'est 16h et EST 16h EST donc mi nani kudomi mi trova dimanche mi la continue mi avec conversation allo but guys I was just saying that I thank you guys for joining me. As I said earlier, I really wanted to have this conversation with Kossi. That's why he was my only guest today, because we go and have parties. We talk about parties. We talk about, the food and the music and the transportation and the hotel and all of that about Ceana. But the most important thing that we need to remember is the projects, that we are doing in Ceana to help our, airway lands. So I wanted us to have that conversation. I didn't want to end the month without talking about the most important part of Ceana. So that's why I wanted to bring a focus in, and we'll have our one-on-one and discuss all the details, but it didn't work that way. And I'm not going to be upset about it. I thank God for allowing us to try this. So next time we know if we're going to interview somebody in Ghana, we're going to get a studio or we're going to do it in better setting. So it is a learning process for us. And also shed a light to, the connection in Africa, connection in our countries. The connection is not steady, and we need to work on that as well. But I just wanted to show you guys see how children have to go through just to go to school. See how children, things that they have to go to school. And I'm so happy that we are able to build that bridge for them to able to work on that to go to school. So that's just one of the project that Ceana does. Ceana did. It's so many projects they have completed. I don't want to do this prematurely. I want to do it when Kossi is here so that he can really explain and we can ask more questions. So I don't want to take that away from him. So for that, we're going to let him go. But let him go for today, give him a break and schedule this again. Next time we can do it in a studio. Hopefully we can get him to come back so he can answer these questions for us, because I'm not going to let it go. We're going to get through it. I promise you guys. But, I also want to let you guys know that I wanted to go through September with Ceana. And coming back the first Sunday, next Sunday, I'm going to bring back Dogby. And then we're going to talk about, diary. We're going to talk about traditional, wedding, the asking of a hand traditionally in our back home in Airway lands. I'm going to talk to him about, how secret it is. And if there are any, because some people ask for a diary, they go and pay it and ask for the person's hand, but nothing happens after that. So we want to talk to him about all of that. What are the implications? What are the implications and all of that? How secret it is and how important that is. So we're going to talk about asking of hands, because that is one of the traditional in our tradition that I really love. So we're going to talk about that with Dogby on Sunday. But until then, if Kofi wants to come back, we may have to adjust the schedule, but we're going to see how we can do this. But guys, I thank you very much for hanging in there. Please share this with everyone. I know a lot of you are in meetings and doing other things. I get it. But when you get to this, please share with everyone. Let everybody know that Africulture is Sundays, every Sunday, rain or shine. As long as I am breathing, as long as I can speak, I'm going to be here at 4 p.m. Eastern time or 8 p.m. GMT. Even if I don't have Tugby, even if I don't have I don't have a guest, I'm going to be here and we can find a topic. We can discuss a topic about our culture, about our Airway lands, about everything that is going on. But until then, until next Sunday, I want to tell you guys, thank you very much for being here. I appreciate you hanging in here with us. I thank you for going through the motion with us. I appreciate you being here. But I just want to remind all of us to please pray for all the victims of tornado, victim of, the storms, victims of, hurricanes. Everybody's going through it today. So I just want to encourage all of us to pray for all of them. And if you're in it right now, I want to tell you that we are praying for you. We are praying for you, and we pray that everybody get to recover. Those who are missing, we can find them. But please, let's just keep each other in prayers. But until then, I want to leave you here, but I am going to play this this thing that I'm gonna play for you. It is happening right now. It happened last weekend. It is my brother's funeral celebration, and they are playing. If you're looking, you're gonna watch this dancing is Moba dancing, in our tradition dancing, my village where I come from. You're gonna see the dancing, like a shaking of their butts is shaking of it's a traditional dance and from Moba, and then go from traditional to, Agbaja. So I just want you guys, I want to leave that with you guys. But until then, guys, I thank you very much for being here. I thank you. I want you to stay safe and blessed. Actually, I didn't even, Justin, hello. I only have one comment today, and it's Justin, my, thank you very much, Justin, for being online. But I'm going to go ahead and play this for you as I end the video. I'm going to play this for you to enjoy this. But until then, guys, I said it before, stay safe and blessed. And I'll see you on the next one. I'll see you guys on Sunday. Bye.